So, Naruto Rise of a Ninja, a very ancient game. And you may recall me doing a playthrough on it if you've been around, but unfortunately I had to put a stop to it because apparently I was playing the game incorrectly this entire time, and you guys have brought to my attention that you can use jutsus in combat, which may be common sense to many people because, I mean, it is a Naruto game. But you guys just need to understand that I'm fucking stupid. And how my thought process went for this is that AIs can only use them because they're in a sense a boss battle. And in certain games I've played in the past, using my pro gamer knowledge, the boss and the boss battles are usually the only ones that can use special abilities. I'm sorry, I fucking failed you guys. So as punishment for my complete and utter stupidity, I'm gonna complete this game from start to finish in the most crackhead way possible and in the most excruciating way possible. Scrap this episode to episode bullshit. Scrap this stinky ass playlist because as the title says, we'll be going through this entire game from start to finish in this one singular video. And I actually mean from start to finish. So with that said, if you want to see me suffer and do this again for the sequel game Naruto the Broken Bond, get this video to 3K likes. And yeah, here we go, going into the game, starting off with the very scary Ninetales cutscene, which honestly gives me nightmares, but I don't think we need to watch it because I'm sure we already all watched the anime. We are then put on the iconic swing set that appears in every flashback with very sad Naruto on it, because apparently we have no one putting respect on his name.
You're mean. Go away.
Bro, imagine talking to the Hokage like that. And oh hey, let's talk to this one dude. He seems like a nice guy. Which we are then put through this one obstacle course of sorts to steal a scroll from the Hokage's mansion. And so after doing some insane parkour, which was honestly the hardest thing in the world, but of course I clear it with ease. I get the scroll, and now I gotta do this random ass race going through some green circles with a time limit, because they got the whole village on my ass. So after running a good bit through these wonderful green circles, I make it to my destination, where I then practice the signature Shadow Clone Jutsu over and over and over. Which we are then stopped by Iruka, who soon after gets clocked by Mizuki. And wait, what? He was a bad guy? And now we get hit by a nice tutorial to learn the game mechanics. Thanks, game. At all. Yeah, I think my controller just turned off. But the second time around, I clap him back, and here's where we get to see the Shadow Clone Jutsu in action. You know, the thing that my room temperature IQ didn't use before. And let's talk to Iruka over here, who's looking a little dead, and he tells me that I graduated the academy. And this beautiful cutscene that's definitely original to the game, and it's not ripped from anywhere else. Following that, we then get a mission to meet up with Iruka at the ramen shop. But why the fuck did he just leave me here? And why is there no fast travel? Well, anyways, making my way back to the village, we got this one old dude patiently waiting at the entrance just for me, and we then get this nice cinematic of the whole place, how very beautiful. And I then go to the ramen shop, where I then receive a nice mission complete, followed up by getting a mission from one of the most OP characters in the Narutoverse, the Ichiraku man. And he just straight up tells me that I'm broke and I gotta go pick up 10 coins. So after playing hide and seek with some inanimate objects, I finally get all the coins that I need and return to the ramen guy, and he says, great job, mission complete. And now we get to eat some ramen with Iruka. What a wonderful experience this is. This now brings us to our next mission, where we have to train the Shadow Clone Jutsu again, as if the first time wasn't enough. And oh look, I can use it to open barriers. How very epic. And would you look at that, I get a gold coin too. Yippee. We then get our next mission over here to find Konohamaru, and thank god I already played the game, and find the little shit right here, which we then get a follow-up mission to meet Konohamaru at the bathhouse. And upon showing up, I have to teach him the sexy jutsu, and after spamming the hand signs for a good minute, I do the jutsu, he does the jutsu, very silly stuff, and now we both go and head to the female bathhouse, killing one of the employees by making him overcoom. We then enter the bathhouse and end up getting screamed at and kicked out. What the heck? And here we got Ebisu appearing out of nowhere, you know, the guy that got a total of 2 minutes of screen time throughout the entirety of Naruto. Yeah, that's him. And we end up killing him by making him coom to death as well. And with that, training with Konohamaru is complete, which now brings us to our next mission to talk to Iruka, which we are then instructed to find Sasuke and Sakura. And the way you actually do that in this game is by asking around and just asking random NPCs, which my question is, how the f does everyone know where they are but me? Did they insert chips in their ass cheeks? But anyways, we find Sakura over here reading a book and bitching at me, but that's okay because she's a great character and we can forgive her. And look at this very silly face right here. And now we gotta find Sasuke. And oh wow, he's over here practicing the fireball jutsu. He's so cool, man. And with finding him, the entrance of the village opens up just for us. I feel honored, and here's where I leave the village. And oh wow, my game freezes. Well, there goes my speed run. But anyways, after running a good bit, I arrive at the training ground where everyone is at, and here's where Kakashi sensei appears out of thin air, giving me my first mission to defeat Sakura. I don't remember this in the anime, but I guess this is one very effective way to learn teamwork. And look guys, I'm using the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Look! And oh wow, I absolutely steamroll best girl. Moving forward, we now have to 1v1 Sasuke, which, are you sure this game is canon? But yeah, I simply steamroll him too with the Shadow Clone Jutsu, because finishing him off any other way would be unacceptable. After that, Kakashi then randomly dips, telling me to prepare for a fight against him. And my question is, where are the bells at? But yeah, after a brief moment, he pops back in, and now we gotta fight him all alone. And would you look at that, another Shadow Clone Jutsu spam W, followed up with the iconic poke to the bum and getting tied to the log. Finally, something staying true to the anime. Here's where Kakashi gives his legendary speech, the one that goes like, those who abandon their comrades squads are scum and something are worse than scum. And we then get a thumbs up that we passed the test. But this wasn't the bell test, so 1 out of 10 would not recommend. We then get a nice mission complete here. And oh wow, they all left me behind. And now I have to walk all the way back because fast travel wasn't invented yet. Returning back to the Hidden Leaf, we then talk to the old man once again for our next mission to help out a scroll shop in the area. And why did he select me out of all people? Don't you got Jonin to do shit like this? But anyways, I then talked to the scroll shop owner's daughter, NPC looking ass, and we now have to search for a thief who apparently stole something from them. And honestly, this mission brings me nothing but excitement. So now leaving the Hidden Leaf once more, we then get some Fall Guys obstacles, which was some incredibly intense stuff where we eventually encounter our first bandit, which we then clap him with ease. What was even the point of that? And oh wow, another bandit. Clapped. And after that bandit encounter, we then reach our objective, which is this one scroll, and now we have to fight the Big Daddy bandits, which by simply spamming the Shadow Clone Jutsu, we roll him with ease, which makes him run away like a pussy, leaving a cheeky little key behind. Just for me. Thanks. And oh wow, this game is actually being nice to me for once, and sparing me the 5 minutes it would take to get back to the village. Thanks, game. We then have a nice little ramen break over here that I packed in my handy dandy backpack. How the fuck does that shit fit in this? Which I then head back to the scroll shop to return the goods, and they don't even pay me in the end. Okay. I then go back to the old dude once again for my next mission. And oh wow, another bandit mission. Let's go. So here I am leaving the Hidden Leaf once again, all alone. Where's my squad at? And I end up encountering bandit number 1, which I clap. And who put this barrier here? Get this out of my face. Which now leads to a new area, which I then have to do some parkour for a fucking chest. This is definitely canon. And so after doing a little bit of leaping, I finally get to the chest. And wait, when were they tagging along? They have no right being in this cutscene. And oh wow, I clapped this boss bandit all by myself. What a surprise. While they were just there spectating. Great teamwork, guys. Now continuing on with this mission, we now have to go into this new area for whatever reason. And oh wow, another bandit. I absolutely love fighting them, is the best part of the game. And look at me destroying another very epic barrier with my very epic Shadow Clone Jutsu. And now I have to get through this cave with butt plugs shooting out of the walls and ground. And after navigating through it a bit, I finally get to this one treasure chest. Hooray. And as I exit the cave, would you look at my very useful teammates watching the doorway for me. Thanks, guys. And oh great, another bandit. What's next? You're gonna make me solo it? Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, I am the main character after all, so I guess this makes sense. I really hope you guys enjoyed the show. And with that, we then get a new objective to return the treasure to the scroll shop. And oh wow, another fast travel teleporter. Bro, I need to shake the hands of the game dev that put it there. And here I am back returning the goods. And look at that, she doesn't hate me anymore. But I don't care about her. All I want is Granny's approval. Please love me. I then talk to this one old dude once again, and he says, good job, mission complete. And so I then head to Sensei Kakashi for my next mission, which I then head out with my squad, which I'm sure they're gonna help me out this time around. They wouldn't let me just do all the work, right? And here we're given a test to escort the bridge builder. And wait, you're telling me there's actually canon material in this game? And oh, there they go again, putting me back on cleanup duty to clear the bandits that are definitely 100% canon. So here's bandit number 1, clapped. Bandit number 2, clapped. And a nice little cutscene of these random scrubs whose names I absolutely forgot getting rolled by Kakashi. And it's so cool that they went out of their way to make an original cutscene just for the game. And so now following that, we are now on a boat on some water, and just look at how majestic the water looks. And we finally arrive in the land of waves. Hooray. Shortly after our arrival, we then get attacked by this one threat with a large sword. I wonder what his name is, and he ends up rolling Kakashi in this game original cutscene. And of course, this leaves me to handle Zabuza all by myself, while everyone just spectates, and Kakashi in the back, helplessly in the fishbowl. And oh, there goes my 0 jet speed run. But hey, thanks to these cheeky little memo clips, I can baby my way through the game and not actually have to worry about death. And right here, I simply just clap Zabuza. And oh wow, we then get hit up by another game original cutscene. And what the fuck? You got another life? Hold this kunai real quick. We then got this cutscene with Sasuke being cool, but cut this shit out. Stop acting like you did something. And with that, Zabuza vanishes and Kakashi is now saved. How do you let your student outperform you like that? And now we're doing some chakra concentration training. Let's go! Training arc! But first and foremost, of course, we gotta head over here to talk to the waifu. And we now gotta gather some herbs. How the fuck do you say this shit? And why does Haku's character model look like that? Well, anyways, now collecting some herbs. Reminding me of the days of playing Maple Story when I had to do some loot quests. I collected 10 items that I need for this mission and returned them back to Haku, where we then received this very tragic backstory cutscene, which was so emotional, like, I almost cried, man. And hooray, I helped the stranger, and mission complete. Very cool. Which we then head back to our squad to undergo a training arc and learn chakra concentration, which allows you to run up trees. And after spamming the same hand signs over and over and over, and we even got best girl flexing on us, I do the jutsu and run up this tree soon after receiving a message telling me congrats, you learned chakra concentration. Thanks. Which it then cuts to this cutscene with me just dying over here while everyone just leaves me behind. What the fuck? But hey, at least he left me a message that could have been easily missed. And using my newly learned chakra concentration technique, I then use it to get up this tree, and now I get to leap through some trees, which was actually quite fun. Bringing me to this new area, which is another parkour arena, which after completing a good percentage of it, we then get this one random cutscene of my useful teammate struggling on the bridge against the bad guys, and now I gotta get there before it's too late, because apparently I'm the main character and I'm the only person who could do damage. And oh wow, we got a nice part 2 to the obstacle course. And what the fuck is this bandit doing? I got a pizza to deliver. And so after clearing the course, I then make it to the bridge, where I then get hit up by this cutscene with me and Sasuke. And why am I the only one fighting? Well, I guess I'll do things all alone. And look at how much effort they put into this game, giving each individual character a unique ultimate attack. But yeah, here I go once again clapping the threats. And look at this crazy and unique cutscene that you can only find in this game. And oh wow, we gotta fight again. Why can't they just go down the first time? But hey, at least I unlocked crazy mode here. And look at how sick the animation is. Which I then proceed to destroy Haku in this mode because I have to stay true to the anime. And with that fight done, we're now back to the hidden leaf. And wait, where the fuck is the Kakashi versus Zabuza fight? Well, I guess it wasn't that important, right? And right here is as far as I got in my playthrough. So to those who watched it, I hope you enjoyed that little recap. Now on to the new shit, where I finally get to run at supersonic speed. And here I sprint to my next quest, where we got Garu eating kids and just a bunch of dialogue, which I'm sure is not important to the story whatsoever. And what the fuck is going on with Naruto's face here? But anyways, we then got this random bandit appearing and abducting the lolly, which isn't anything weird whatsoever. And now we gotta retrieve her. So the way we go about it is asking around if anyone saw a little girl getting kidnapped. And my question is, did they just stand there and watch? You gotta love NPCs, man. And after asking around, I then have to leave the hidden leaf once again, going on this mission all alone to find the lolly, which she happens to be at the training ground with the bandit. And oh wow, another bandit appears out of nowhere, which I had to fight him in this very canon fight. And I simply just clap him, which now brings us to the other bandit, which I clap him with these too. And after that, we get a cutscene of me saving the lolly, and the bandit poofs away like nothing ever happened, which actually happens to be silly old Ruka giving us a surprise training lesson. What a great guy. We then get a nice mission complete, and now we gotta head back to the hidden leaf on foot. So after heading back, we then have to talk to this old dude for another mission. And why are they always included in these cutscenes? And we have to leave the hidden leaf once again. We then got bandit number 1 making an appearance, and he gets clapped. And I now have to break a barrier to enter another place, which after running a good bit in this area, we then get bandit number 2. And I just love fighting these bandits. It's just my favorite part of the game, which we then finally reach the top of the mountain, where Sakura and Sasuke already are. How the fuck did they get up here first? Well, anyways, we're now watching some bandits from a distance, and for some reason I get sent on a scavenger hunt to collect some herbs for Sakura to make a sleep bomb. But like, why do we gotta do all that? I'm the main character. And so conveniently enough, all the herbs are placed on the trail behind me, so I literally had to run backwards to collect all of them. It's just so convenient, man. I love it. And after collecting 10, I then bring it to Best Girl, and she takes out a few thugs with a stink bomb, and afterwards I teabag them, followed up with destroying another barrier, and yes, another bandit, which I simply clap, and oh my god, another bandit. Let's go. Get them nuts slashed. And finally, we got Naruto asking the right questions. And look at Sasuke's useless ass over here. But anyways, I successfully stopped the bandits. Mission complete. And this game is actually blessing me with a fast travel portal. Beautiful game design, aside from my teammates only being cosmetic. But now back to the hidden leaf. We're now talking to the old dude once again, telling him we did a good deed, and he was like, alright, which honestly that was really worth it. And now we gotta talk to Kakashi for our next mission, which leads us to leaving the hidden leaf once more and hopping through some trees, and we are now arriving to the first phase of the Chunin exams, finally putting an end to the filler arc. Here's where Anko explains everything about the stage of the Chunin exams, but I'm sure it's not all that important, right? And here we encounter this one Chunin ninja, which I clap with ease. And once again we got Naruto asking the right questions. But here we go once again with another Fall Guys obstacle course, and just look at me breeze through it like an absolute legend. And we get another jumpy section through some trees, which then leads me to more obstacles, which after navigating through some more obstacles, I encountered this one individual, and we end up fighting, which I then end up fisting him in the ass. And oh hey, we get the scroll we need to take the W in this exam, followed up with another tree jumping section and another obstacle course, because this is the Fall Guys before Fall Guys. And what the fuck was that fall? And oh great, we gotta fight this grub again. Take a kunai to the balls. And right here we see a wild Pokemon. Do we approach it? Fuck it. And we simply just clap him. And with that, mission complete. And we now gotta jump through some more trees, or some mo trees. I'm so funny. And after that, we then get this cutscene with Sasuke and Sakura, which honestly, we don't care. And now we're fighting Orochimaru, all alone. And this dude was no joke. This man's got the health of a whole ass Overwatch 2 tank, and even the DPS of one. God, what a balanced and great game. And after taking a few L's from him, because all my memo clips went to the Shadow Realm, I finally clap him. And here we get a game exclusive cutscene, which honestly, we all really care about. And oh great, we gotta fight him again. I love that every boss battle has 2 lives. It would actually be cool if they implemented like phases, now thinking about it. But I'm not a game dev, so why am I talking? And would you look at that, I clap him once again. We then get another anime cutscene following it, which we all probably know what happens here, and we can't let the speedrun die. And oh great, we get another cutscene with Sasuke and Sakura standing right next to me. I appreciate the help, guys, and they really had the audacity to walk off like that. Well anyways, hooray, we made it to the end of the first phase of the exam, where we have Iruka yapping at us, and we're now entering the second phase, which is the tournament arc. We then got the old dude explaining everything, and then this very original and exclusive cutscene that only exists in this game, displaying every fight with every single unplayable character in this game. And here's really the only fight that matters, which now brings us to my fight with the dog character. And this man stays cheating by using his ult on me, but I clap him back real quick with my Shadow Clone Jutsu and taking the W, which we then get this random cutscene, which we all care very much for. And oh wow, he has a second life. What a surprise. And after taking a few L's, which I should have edited out of the video, I finally get the memo clips that I needed. And what the f is going on with my camera angle? Yo, devs! And oh great, I died. Well, time to get back up and take this quick W real quick. And here we have a cutscene afterwards that doesn't show the iconic scene of me shitting in Kiba's face. My disappointment is immeasurable. And here we get to see the fights between the Hyugas, as well as the legendary fight between Gaara and Rock Lee. Pretty cool. And here we get a little of a cutscene with the conclusion of the second phase of the Chunin exams, followed up with receiving a memo clip of Best Girl, and a cutscene of edgy Gaara being edgy. We then get our next mission from Daddy Kakashi, which then Ebisu appears out of nowhere, and we get a mission to do a thing. Which after going to the objective, Ebisu despawns, and now we gotta do a random ass race, running around the Hidden Leaf following some markers, which I definitely remember happening in the anime. After making it to the destination, we got Jiraiya over here doing some peeping, followed up with a cutscene that's only exclusive to the game, and oh wow, we got Ebisu dead over here, while Jiraiya does this silly dance. We then get a mission to find a thief, which is a very canon mission that has me leaving the Hidden Leaf once again, and we are introduced to a newly upgraded parkour map. And I cannot believe the devs are just dropping new updates as I'm playing the game. That's some true dedication. And here I try to jump over the scrub, but this game is really forcing me to fight him, which I do with ease. And oh my god, I recover the research material, which I now have to head back to the Hidden Leaf on foot. But that's no problem because we got sprint now. Upon returning, we got Jiraiya doing some peeping once again. And why the f is this lady bathing in the middle of nowhere, outside of the Hidden Leaf? But anyways, I then talk to Jiraiya, and he teaches me how to walk on water. And oh hey, I can walk on water now. Cool, mission complete. We then have to talk to this old dude for our next mission, which leads me to Jiraiya once again, and he gives me a mission too. God fucking damn it. So after talking to this one farmer, we now have to get his treasure back, leaving the Hidden Leaf once again. And oh look, another bandit. Let me just get rid of him real quick, and upon clapping him, we get the farmer's shovel back. His fucking shovel. So now we're returning back to the Hidden Leaf. I give his tool back and now get sent on a mission to retrieve his stolen potatoes. Ain't no way. We then encounter bandit number 1, clap him easy, destroying this one barrier, and now we're leaping through some trees. After that, we then enter some new land where we encounter bandit number 2, and really this is just the highlight of my day, fighting these bandits. And after taking care of him, we then got some more traveling, and more traveling, and more traveling, eventually encountering bandit number 3, or a Genin ninja. The fuck you doing out here? And I simply just roll him. After that, we then got some more traveling, and oh boy, another bot battle. Honestly, fighting this dude is just a fun experience. Then after that, we then get some more parkour into another bandit encounter. It must be my lucky day. And this one bandit was quite the beefy one, but after a good while, I clap him and retrieve the farmer's bag of potatoes. I really did all of that for $3 of value. And hold up, gotta take my mandatory ramen break. And here I go returning the goods to the farmer, and he gave me a scroll in return, which I now had to bring to Jiraiya. Upon bringing the scroll to Jiraiya, I then get redirected to pick up another scroll from this one NPC. But in order to get it from him, I have to complete this very necessary race. And so after running a cheeky marathon, I get the scroll, plus a fan letter for Jiraiya from this one other NPC, which honestly I might have to burn because she's still hating. But bringing both items to Jiraiya, he then tells me to fuck off after taking the female's fan letter, leaving me to bring the scroll to this old man over here. And oh hey, he pays me $2,500. Cool. We then get our next mission from Jiraiya, which he then teaches us the summoning jutsu. Oh my god, something canon for once. And we then have this very crazy quick time event, which was so very intense. It had me clenching my cheeks so hard enough to flatten a diamond. And oh wow, I summoned a toad. Cool. Mission complete. And we now have to talk to Jiraiya once again for our next mission, which leads us to the final stage of the Chunin exams. And look at me just walking in, man. I'm so cool. And why is Sasuke here in his blue uniform? Not even following the source material. What a shame. Well, anyways, we now gotta face Neji in our very iconic fight on which Neji fingers Naruto to death the first time around. But the second time around, we learn from our mistakes and absolutely obliterate him. And oh wow, he has a second life. Who would have thought? I then proceed to roll him a second time, and now he's dead. Whoops. We then get this very important cutscene, which I absolutely skip on accident. And now the Hidden Leaf is being invaded. Oh no. And apparently Sasuke ran off, and now we have to go after him. So after hopping through some trees a good bit, I end up encountering Gaara, and now I have to face him like the true main character. And what is Sakura doing sleeping on the battlefield? But anyways, I destroy Gaara here, and here we get this tragic backstory cutscene, which I accidentally skip. Whoops. And of course, this dude has another life. Hey yo, Sakura, I think it's time to get up. And there we go, rolling Gaara a second time, and here we get a nice, beautiful cutscene, which I'm sure we already watched the anime, so we don't need to watch this. And now we're stuck in some sand, and I guess I'll die here. Just kidding. After clearing this very cool quick time event, I summon a very thick toad, which I then transform him into the Ninetales because it looks cooler. And oh god, here we go with the second phase of the final boss battle. I'm terrified. But honestly, the only real challenge here is not puking from all the damn motion blur. And upon getting close to the one tail, we then have this very cool quick time event, which I failed the first time because I was typing the script as I was playing. Whoops. But the second time around, I clear it, and they really went out of their way to actually animate something original for the cutscene for once, and not rip straight from the anime. They even got the iconic headbutt down and... oh. Well, I guess they didn't have the budget to animate the whole thing, but at least they tried. But anyways, following that, we then got this cutscene with Naruto talking to Jutsuing Gaara, but I'm sure that's not all that important. Whoops, I accidentally skipped, and here we have the credits rolling, marking the end of the game. Following that, we then have some post-credit content, which is a 144p cutscene of Itachi and Kasami entering the Hidden Leaf. And yeah, with that said, that's all. And why the fuck did I think this was a good idea for a video?